What happened with the prisoners you removed from your barracks? That's classified, Nonorosito. I disagree. Why were they removed? Investigator, they are being processed before the slaughter ritual. We don't just open the prison gates and let them wander all over the temple. They were removed before the slaughter ritual? What happened to them? They were processed, then returned to their cells. The logs don't show them being returned. You don't have access to the full Marshall network, so you can't prove that. You also don't get to question how I run my army. I think you used that blood sample to gain access to the penthouse. Why would I do that? Are you denying it? Of course I am. I didn't know what the third seal was until just now, did I? I never said it was the third seal. You didn't you? No, I was careful not to. Thanks, Sammy. Eyes was Henry's father. That's exciting. Interesting. A council member had a worse relationship with a citizen, and now we have Henry. That gives Henry the council blood he'd need to break the blood lock on the third holy seal. An unknown player in this madness. Who is she, and what does she want? Oh my god, my nose is so itchy. Fuck. Half that conversation was me trying to like itch it. Oh god. Now we're gonna see. Fuck. Sorry. God damn it. What the hell is this shit? Excuse me? Wait, is there more? Dude. Fuck. What is it with this game and like having weird shit happen over cliffs? I am downright amazed at what I can destroy with some, pile bunker gauntlets. Oh. I'm downright amazed, baby. What the fuck are you? Who the hell are you? Who has a mother here? Oh, this is Carmelina's! Oh my god! This is probably Carmelina's child. What kind of voice should I give you? You seem kind of cryptic and fucked up, dude. Mother? No, you're not her. Who are you? Mother called me Dionagate, a child born into darkness, born never to be known. Who is your mother? The corridor lady. I think this is Carmelina's, but fuck it. Corridor lady? Who's that? What corridor? Built into the fabric. The corridors. Why are you here? I thought I escaped. You cannot escape blood. That's a gunshot wound. We need you to get you treated. No, I failed. They want me dead. Who wants you dead? Mother and the man. Oh my fucking god! He was in the council. He was the one that was shot. That's what, and it's his DNA. It's freaking. This is Carmelina's child because her DNA was found at the scene, but it was someone else's blood, and he has a gunshot wound. Oh my god! Mother and the man. Depends on the weapon and the man. Who's the man? Sometimes a friend, sometimes not. Why do they want you dead? What did you fail at? My destiny. Was your destiny killing the council? Are the council the dead people in the room? Yes. Then yes. He shot me. I killed them. My knife danced. The room became red. Is that true, though? I wasn't the only monster in that room. It wasn't supposed to be there. What do you mean? I made this. She thinks I didn't. I know more than she thinks. See the lines that were hidden? There is no room in paradise for me. You need to see why. You're going to die if you don't get treated. Good. Life has been bad. I shouldn't have been born. No, don't. He slit his own throat. Just perfect. Who really were you? What the hell is going on here? I can't take a blood sample. I can take a blood sample at least. The blood sample isn't in the database, but there's a hint of some of the DNA. What the hell? This blood has Carmelina's DNA. It's not her blood, but it could be her offspring. Was Dionagate her child? His sample matches the one used in to open the third seal lock last night. That puts him in the penthouse at the time of the murder. Well, what do you know? Ais Kawami's blood matches Dionagate's. Does that mean Carmelina and Ais Kawami had a kid together? Daddy's boy got through to the bloodlock because he had council blood. This probably means that one of the tampered birth records I found in Kawami's apartment relates to Dionagate. Is this what happened during Carmelina's isolation 25 years ago? Did she hide away while she had a child? There's some kind of strange flesh fused into his body. What is this? Oh my god, is it Crying Grudges? Is this the flesh from Crying Grudge that Carmelita fused with someone? Was this used to get through the fourth holy seal? He had a knife. It's a perfect blade. It's covered in blood. Starlight can analyze it. His own blood and all of the council members. Is this the murder weapon? Holy fucking shit. Alright, this is flipping everything that I ever thought of on its own fucking rear end. There's no blood on here that matches the marshals guarding the council building. The blade is perfect as well. It wouldn't have caused the ragged gashes in their throats. Somehow, he got to the council without going through the guards. This knife matches the lacerations on the council murder victims. Dionagate's gunshot wound came from Montserrat's gun. His blood matches the gunshot splatter in the penthouse. Dionagate broke into the council penthouse, started attacking the Montserrat, and Montserrat shot him. Dionagate fled here. Wait, you're right. Wait, his blood matches the blood trail that ended on the wall, which answers the who, but not the what the hell. I need to find out more about this guy. The key given to me by Dionagate. He said that he would allow me to use the hidden corridors. Oh, so maybe there is a hidden doorway. That's why his blood just stops there. Sample of the blood taken from Dionagate. Dionagate. Holy fucking shit, dude. I was not ready for this. My god. And he just had to fucking like sit in this damn... Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. A secret killer hidden in the depths of paradise. I do so love these islands. The key Dionagate gave me fits this lock. May as well tumble down the rabbit hole. These islands are so weird. What's behind door number 1? A brand new car! Holy fucking shit. Hidden corridors. Where am I? These corridors can't be attached to where I found Dionagate. That was on the edge of a cliff. Starlight doesn't know where I am. Dionagate said his mother is the corridor lady. The blood test confirmed his mother is Carmelina. Did she make these? Looks like there are several portals to elsewhere. A couple seem to go to the Syndicate apartments, including what I presume is Witness's balcony. He always gets the biggest balcony so I can watch the island's end. One portal looks like it goes to the lobby of the council building, and the other is different. It looks like an amateur job that's punched through into these corridors. Does that one bypass the seal somehow? Huh. Yeah, see, there's the count. Oh my fucking god. Holy fucking... My mind has just been blown, dude. Holy shit. Alright, I guess do we want to like go down the row here? Obviously, this is... So it's going to take me out where that blood stain stopped probably. So there's a door there. This looks like Witnesses... No, this is the Syndicate HQ. So obviously you can go right in front of the HQ. Also, it would probably, like, he could bypass the obviously the doors. or I should say the Nightmare computers, because the Nightmare's computers would log him. Well, actually, wait, because he can't be logged because his blood doesn't match any records, so he probably can't even be logged anyway. This looks like the front of the courthouse, and then this is some weird fucking mystical room. So let's go to the weird mystical room. This corridor isn't letting me through. It looks like it goes to a syndicate apartment, probably Carmelina's. That would explain how she accessed the corridors. She can visit Diona Gate's little lair anytime she needed to. This is so messed up. Interesting. This is the entrance to the council building. It takes a second to get here from Diona Gate's vault. Diona Gate referred to his mother as the Corridor Lady. His blood proves that Carmelina is his mother. I think it's safe to assume that she made these corridors. She's the architect, after all. The corridors skip sections of space and allow the user to cross the island in an extremely short space of time. Diona Gate said that he trained to kill. Did Carmelina hit him and use these corridors to get him to the council to commit murder last night? The corridor that Diona Gate used to escape back to his hideaway wasn't the same as the others. Maybe Diona Gate inherited his mother's architectural powers and created it himself. Why didn't Carmelina just make a corridor that bypassed the seals? The council kept the seals a mystery to her. If she doesn't know what they are, she probably couldn't build a corridor to that location she doesn't know. That's probably why the one that connects the actual council room was probably punched through very amateurly, because I'm assuming Diona Gate made that one himself after he was in the council room. Carmelina and Witness were together at the time of the murder. There are a 5-minute window when Witness stepped out to his balcony to take a call from Aikiko. Carmelina could have used that time to travel through one of these corridors to get Diona Gate and take him to the council building. The trials are going to be exciting. Holy fucking shit. I'm just learning everything. Alright, let's go. This must be Witnesses. Or no, this is outside the syndicate. I keep forgetting that. Or this is Witnesses. Another weird door. This one leads to Witness's apartment. A network of secret corridors across an island that contain a hidden killer. Did Carmelina set this plan up years ago? It was nearly a perfect plan. If Judge hadn't summoned me, she might have gotten away with it. She could still get away with it if I don't present the right evidence. This is a bizarre case. Interesting. Witness, do you know about this shit, brother? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell are you doing here? How did you get here? For real, brother. Should I talk to him? Hey, fuck it, I'm here now. He might have more probing information. Carmelina was in your apartment all last night, right? What about when you stepped out to take a call? I didn't see her on my balcony. I was over there. I stepped out using my sliding door. So if Carmelina had left by the front door, you wouldn't have seen her. I wouldn't. I also didn't hear the elevator, so if she did leave my apartment, she would have only been out here. Did you hear the elevator every time? Did you hear the elevator every time I come to speak to you? Now that you are present, now that you present that question to me, I'm surprised to say that I didn't. Well, one of the times I did parkour onto your roof, so that... What the fuck? Dude. I fucking like double jump across the building. It's like, whoa, holy shit. I put it down to exhaustion. I haven't slept. Why are you asking? I'm working on a lead. Okay, so he can confirm that she probably used the sealed door. But that's kind of a given, since we now know about the sealed doors, or the special corridors. A god told me that you went and carved off some flesh. What's up with that? Not your concern. I vehemently disagree. Fine. The islands die, and I want to know why. Demons come to us and rot our triumphs. Do gods attract them? Does keeping one on the island make demonic invasions more likely? Why carve his flesh? Seems like a sin. I needed to study it. You can feel the cosmos when you look at the flesh of one of our lords. He is linked to the stars. Is he a magnet? What did you find? Nothing. The holiness of a lord should never have been questioned. Can I verify this is true? I conducted the research in private. I don't like the sound of this, witness. I found a hidden bunker you'd been using to study a killer demon in. That is nonsense. No, it isn't. It has a blood vial lock coded to yours and Carmelina's blood vials. Care to explain? Don't play games. That is an old panic room that Carmelina installed on the island. I am not comfortable talking about the times I used to spend with her, but that was our own hideaway for a time. I don't know anything about illegal demonology studying in there. Did you just say you were, like, studying Godflesh and shit? Like, what? And, like, you were bringing up the fact that's, like, what brings demons to the island? Like, that's kind of like studying demons, my guy. The time you used to spend with her? A discussion for another time. You dialed the number 833-211-2ES9116RD at midnight last night. That call was to a receiver attached to a lock on a crate which contained a killer demon that had been hidden in the council penthouse. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yes, you do. You unleashed the killer demon. No, I didn't. Someone is trying to frame me. Bullshit. Want to chat, witness? I must warn you that I am not one for long conversations. Want plants? The gods tended to us and... Oh, why plants? The gods tended to us and raised us. Maybe I can hope to have some insight into their brilliance by tending to life myself. Following the footsteps of the gods? In my own humble way. They are the glorious cosmic beings that our human minds can barely comprehend. It is foolish to think that I may understand their brilliance, but maybe I can understand more of myself. If you know yourself, you can ward off falling into sin. I'll keep that in mind. I am enjoying our conversations, Lady Lovedeyes. There is a sensitive matter which we can discuss further. Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? Things happened while you were in exile, Lady Lovedeyes. The architect and I became close, and we married. It didn't last, though. She is obsessed with a perfect island. There wasn't any room in her heart for me or the gods. I've been reluctant to tell you until now, but I am worried about her. Her mind is not on the cosmos. 'Cause baby, now we got bad blood. In what way? Do you believe that you should be rewarded for your craft? I'm good. Craft is a reward unto itself. The architect was like that as well. But dark clouds began to gather over her. Her prayers were not as fervent as they once were. I felt her work was not being done in the name of our star-born masters. She began to crave more validation, more credit for her work. I did ask her that question before. She said, no, it doesn't matter. No, so apparently it does. She wants to be, yeah, that's another motive, is that she wants to be rewarded for her work. She architects our islands. Without her, we have nothing. Our work is for the gods. They lifted us up, and we must do the same for them. Personal reward is a sin that pushes us from the light. I fear she has forgotten this. Thank you for confiding with me, witness. May you fly with destroyed Eden, and may you reach the moon. Interesting. Alright, I'm just gonna use the weird teleporter that I just spawned on your rooftop now. What the fuck is this shit? Alright. Let's see if we can make heads or tails of why there's like, yep, it must be where he went. That corridor was different. It looks amateurish. This bypasses the seals, a conspiracy crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelita's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes? Yep, that's why it's the blood trail ends. I mean, we've already investigated. Is there any reason to be back here? Like, if I re-examine stuff, is it gonna, like, give me some new clue? Well, whatever. Well, now we know she has mystic portals that lead everywhere, so... And that's, yeah, that's back to... Alright, well, I guess for the time being, let's pop out at the, Yeah, I want to be here. Alright. So I'm also led to believe, yeah, so Henry, I don't know if he actually drew these sigils. Because the demon, supposedly from Carmelite Grace bloodlines, she said that once demons make their mark, they don't make it again. Like, the demon in Henry has already spoken. It did it by carving it into his flesh. So either Henry just did this of his own volition, or someone else drew them. Which is probably the same someone who did this. But I'm not entirely sure. I really don't know how these two martial guards play into effect. I don't know. I really don't. Like, obviously, they're two prisoners. Because I think we can get that from, like, the whole, like, oh, the two prisoners were in the barracks that didn't return. And they weren't taken, I'm assuming not taken to the slaughter ritual yet. So these were two prisoners dressed up as martial guards. And they were murdered for some reason. So I guess I'm not entirely sure. You know what? Because Captain Voth was supposed to be here that night. That's probably what Aikiko did. She set it up to where, like, oh, I'll just be killing two prisoners. Because obviously, you need to break the first Holy Seal. Otherwise, it doesn't look convincing. Because if those Holy Seals got broken and this one didn't, then somewhere in here, someone would have raised some eyebrows and been like, well, shit. How did the first Holy Seal not get breached, but the other ones did? So then you would find the contradicting thing somewhere in here. You know what I mean? So someone had to die here and make it look like the first Holy Seal was breached. Also to make it look like that Henry did the murder, that he like bolted from, you know, the Desolation Cell and made it here. So that's the other thing. But obviously she didn't want to kill Captain Voth because she loves him. So they just got two prisoners to pretend to be martial guards and then killed them. Yeah, I don't know. This whole thing is just... But, I mean, there's a lot of players at play here, if that makes sense. Killer. Okay, yeah. We kind of left off. We discovered the big secret with Carmelina and the back doors and the whatnots. And the whole, like, her mystery child and all that. Now, here's the thing. So, at this point, especially because of, like, all the trophies that have been popping, so it looks like I've been, like, getting a decent amount of the collectibles, or at least have been probably reaching most of the main parts of the island. I don't know how much more exploring there really is. There is a ghost over there. I forget who that ghost specter is that we need to help. So at this point, it's really boiling down to like just questioning people and hoping that we get some answers or that we can probe people. I do think like probing information only comes out like if you are like you become friends with them or like your relationship kind of increases to the point where they're like, okay, I'll spill the beans. If that makes sense, I guess. What I'm saying is I don't know if there's going to be any like more big shocking reveals as far as like exploration. I think we have truly explored the island at this point. I guess the only thing that still concerns me, which would still be a shocking reveal, is Henry's safe. That is probably the only place that we still don't really have answers to. Actually, I can even check that, right? Because we have case file. So what are they even saying that who do I want to, you know what, I want to start with Doom Jazz, because his stuff that I have for him isn't like, you know, probing him for information. It's more just like, hey, could this happen, or did someone do this? I'm not like accusing him. I don't want to like accuse people, you know what I mean? because I think that kind of throws my chances of either like getting more information out of them or getting future information. So, but then again, there doesn't seem to be like a whole lot of like, oh, you can choose when to reveal information and stuff. It's just kind of there. So, can I actually visit Crying Grudge again? Probably not. I probably got all the information I needed from him. All right, what's up, brother? Virgil, what's up, brother? Akiko thinks the demon tricked the inhibitors, and that's how Henry escaped. It's certainly a theory. Is it a good one? There's no proof. I can't say anything without proof. We've never encountered this phenomenon before, but every race of demons is different. It's worth considering, but you need to try and find the proof before relying on a theory. I'll keep that in mind. Ice Kawami fathered a child. What? The blood samples match. The only place you could have got a sample of Kawami's blood is from his grave. You broke into my best friend's grave to get a blood sample? You desecrate the resting place of someone I consider a brother to run around with some conspiracy theory? We're done here. I like you, investigator, and I'll help you with any genuine lines of inquiry you have, but I won't tolerate this. Oh, see, I fucked up. Okay, so you can, like... I did not realize. My bad. Do you give Sam blood? Yes, I do. He has a rare condition. You might have noticed he has no flesh and his skeleton is bright red. The council approved letting him have citizen blood that is let in the temple. He developed this condition a few sequences ago. I suspect his body is starting to give out. Oh, so I might have just fucked myself. I can't, like, probably get any more information from him because I just told him that I stole blood from his best friend's grave. You examined Grace's bloodlines when Henry killed her, right, Doc? A nasty one for sure. Was there anything odd about the scene or the victim? You mean odd for a case of demonic possession? I didn't get to examine the scene for long. Akiko was in a rush to contain the area, and it was a pretty open and shut case. The markings on Grace were strange, though. In what way? Henry's other victim, his mother, had the same sigils scorched into her skin as Henry. Grace had those sigils, but they weren't scorched. They looked like they had been carved with a blade. The demon inside Henry burns with a cosmic fire, and Henry's victims received the same branding. So if he killed the council, they'd all carry the sigils? Depends on how he did it. I don't have a lot of evidence to support this, but I expect the sigils to only be scorched on victims he had sustained close contact with. A cut and run probably wouldn't do it, but a strangulation would. I should mention that I would expect the inhibitors to prevent or limit the scorching of those sigils into the victim. So why were Grace's sigils cut into her? I wrote it off as madness of demonic possession. We don't know the whole lot about this kind of thing, so I figured he'd carve them himself as some kind of ritual. Can't say for sure, though. Thanks for your help, Doc. Interesting. So no, I think Akiko might have carved those on him. Or her. Akiko, I think, might have carved those. I'm leading to believe that I don't know if Henry actually strangled Grace's bloodlines. I think Akiko killed her and then covered it up because her body's in the fucking barracks. Like, explain that. Why is her body just sitting in the barracks? I mean, she has a grave and all, but wouldn't her body be buried at the grave, not in the barracks? So, like, I think it's a cover-up, because you're very gay. What do you know about the photo taken of Grace's throat during your examination? I took photos, but they were confiscated by Akiko. Classified or whatever. I found one in the marshal's server. Can I get your opinion on it? The bruising on the throat looks odd. That's because the fingers that did it aren't uniform. It's normal strangulation bruising. You can see areas of pressure from the fingertips and the knuckles. The pressure in these is misaligned. This is normally because the attacker is wearing jewelry, specifically in this case, a ring on their wedding ring finger. What about power armor? No, the gauntlets on the marshal's power armor are gloves with armor plates and on top of her hands. Who wears a wedding ring? or wore a wedding ring. This was 10 years ago. Is that Yuri then? Because Yuri has a ring. Got a sec, Doc? Wonderful to see you again. You're the one who doesn't call me the investigation freak. It's not nice to call people names, is it? The name was given to you derogatorily. You may have lived up to it, but you should be careful of the labels you let stick to you. Sometimes you need to make the best of it. Sometimes you need pointing in the right direction. I love the positive outlook. Don't let the others get to you. You know the syndicate, self-serving and jealous, just like the gods. Glad you're rising above it. You always go in for the real talk nowadays. Got something else you want to talk about? I don't know. Things just feel pretty heavy around here. You're not the one tasked with saving paradise. I'm not the right person for the job. You are, though. You're forgiving and forgetting my past. Oh, whatever. We all make mistakes. Never been the type to bind people to their history. People change. I'm impressed, Doc. You didn't preposition me. You didn't proposition me this time. I assume you're going to stop by again at some point before this is all over? We'll see. May the cosmos be a mystery, and may you reach the moon. See, fuck. So yeah, okay. So I'm assuming certain dialect will like trigger them to be like, all right, I'm done like talking to you about like special stuff. Like if you want any more like probing information that I'm like theorizing about, you're not gonna get it because you did this one thing that I didn't want you to do. So now I probably won't be able to like probe any information from Doc anymore because I told him that I visited his friend's grave. Hey man, in the pursuit of truth. So I'm starting to have a sneaking suspicion that if I question Carmelina on anything about the portals and shit, she's gonna be like, oh, we're done here. But at this point, like, what else am I supposed to do? I mean, like, it's like I literally have the incriminating evidence. And maybe that's why, like, these people are, like, shutting themselves off from me now, because it's like I literally have the incriminating evidence on them. So it's like maybe it's the game's way of telling me there's, like, nothing else you really need to probe from them. I don't know. Halt! What do you want, freak? Do we have to go through this every time? Just take me to see Carmelina. I mean, at this point, I don't really care. I'm pretty much going to go down the lines. Because, like, I mean, I need to know. Like, you know? What if I said that there were secret trans-dimensional corridors crisscrossing the island? I'd say that you spent too long in the scorching sun. So you don't know anything about them? I have no idea what you're talking about. To be clear, you are denying crafting secret corridors and hiding a killer within them? Of course I am! It's totally unbelievable! I think you need a rest, investigator. Crime doesn't rest, so nor do I. Let's see you explain this away in the trials. Explain what? A total fantasy? We'll see. Want to tell me what you were doing carving flesh from a god? How dare you accuse me of a vile crime like that? This is the height of hearsay. Crying Grudge said it himself. No such thing happened. I think it did. Then you will need some evidence. You are accusing the leader of the syndicate of one of the worst crimes imaginable. Temporary leader. Know anything about demons on the island? Besides the one that resides within the killer? No, I want to stand. I want to stand by the truth. Alleged killer, because I don't think he did it. Nothing has been proven yet. He's still an alleged killer. Quite. The marshals did an exemplary job of wiping out the demons. It was not enough to stop the corruption, though. I've been in your bunker. Why was it coded only to witness his blood vial? It embarrasses me to say it, but It was a lover's retreat. I disliked the design as a bunker and dropped my plan for them. It sat unused. Spending time there with Witness felt illicit, exciting, but things didn't work out. I haven't been there in years. So I saw in the logs. I pulled from it. So you definitely weren't experimenting on a killer demon in there? Absolutely not. Okay, so... Well, the thing, I'm starting to think that Carmelina didn't have anything to do with the demon bunker now. I actually think Witness might be the only one that was doing the whole demon thing. Because remember, the logs that activated the demon's like case came from Witness. Like all that jazz, all that like theory came straight from Witness. Like Witness is linked to all of that. So I'm actually inclined to believe her when she says that she has nothing to do with that. Now, I do think she has absolutely everything to do with the hidden passages and stuff. Absolutely. Especially because with the whole, he has her DNA. What was it, Diona Gate? Diona Gate literally has Carmelina's DNA because her DNA shows up at the scene of the crime, which that Diona Gate showed up and apparently was like shot, and he was there at the scene where everything went down. I don't know if he's the one that truly did kill everyone. I mean, that's kind of like up for interpretation. Was it really the demon in the case, or was it Diona Gate? Because if it was Diona Gate, that would change the mastermind. It would make me believe that Carmelina is the true suspect. Whereas if it was the demon in the case, I would make me believe that Witness is the culprit, because obviously that was kind of his plan. But in the same sense, like, then you got to think about how, like, Yuri ties into it, because I think Yuri was the one that helped break, like, most of the seal stuff. Or at least better yet, Yuri definitely was involved in the whole, like, Henry getting possessed. I mean, like, the dude was researching demonology. I do believe he was deceived by Enchanted Blue. There's definitely got to be something going on with Yuri. But then again, that could be, like, you know, the true culprit, like, throwing me off. I don't know. And then again, it could also just be everyone's in cahoots, because I don't want to drop that theory, because I feel like the whole syndicate is, like, crumbling, and I feel like there's a lot of players involved. I don't think there's just one single guilty party. I think the whole syndicate is almost guilty. Especially because now we have the things with, like, Aikiko and, like, Grace Bloodlines. Like, are we going to, like, gloss over the fact that I'm pretty sure she murdered Grace Bloodlines and it wasn't Henry's possession? Why did you go to Henry's exorcism? I have an acute interest in preventing the islands from succumbing to demonic corruption. It is rare to be able to see the effects of a possession firsthand. Architect, when did your marriage with Witness end? Why are you asking? Working on something. I assume you'll cooperate? About 9 years ago. And you wore a wedding ring? Of course! What is this about? Thank you for your help. Oh! Right. I did kind of forget that Carmelina and Witness were married. So the whole, like, strangulation with Grace Bloodlines, it could be Carmelina, because the doc did say that whoever the strangulation prints point to someone wearing a ring, like a wedding ring. And who else in the syndicate or currently alive right now is married, or at least was married? Also, you got to remember that Grace Bloodlines. That's true. No, because that would fall into play, because if they were married since 9 years ago, Grace Bloodlines died 10 years ago. So yes, she would have been married to Witness by that time. Interesting. Also, I feel like we also got to figure out what the heck happened with K-Hex. I don't know if Crimson's truly involved with that, or is it really Yuri? It's one of those two. I think K-Hex's death is either done by Crimson or Yuri. I don't think it was anyone else, because those are the only, like, two, like, evidence things that you can really find there. Can I ask you something, Architect? What is the point of all these questions, Investigator? I'm just trying to get to know you, Architect. The Syndicate has changed in my time away. How does getting to know me relate to this case? All of it seems to be doing is delaying you from executing Henry. What do you do as an architect? I craft and enable dreams. Each island needs to be thoroughly designed. I plan every square inch. It takes centuries. The island was given form by the council's psychic will. I transmute that psychic will into physical form. You followed your parents' footsteps. My mother and father had a unique gift, one that they taught me. The gift was part of the Silent Goat's blessing when the syndicate was formed. We needed somewhere to live outside of the real world. How do you transmute the council's will? I have never been able to describe it. It's just a feeling. When they mediate and envision the island, I am able to open psychic pathways to a new reality and let the island take shape. The syndicate would be lost without you. I live to serve. Investigator, can we discuss something of a delicate nature? Do you have something you want to tell me? Something concerns me about Witness. Some of us become more complicated as our lives go on. Others do not. I can see it behind his mask. He's changed since he's gone. Witness has become gripped with religious hysteria. He believes that we have strayed too far from the path. Montserrat wanted to protect the new island with a tighter grip on the syndicate. In Witness's eyes, our leader was not placing enough importance on resurrecting the gods. Montserrat was furthering the syndicate, not our holy mission. Then does that make him a sinner? Don't be short-sighted! The syndicate are hampered by demonic invasions and the deaths of our homes. Montserrat was playing a longer game. Build a perfect island, rule it perfectly, and then focus on the gods. Our divided attention was getting us nowhere. Witness had grown infuriated with Montserrat. They were baying dogs in syndicate meetings. Witness voted against every one of Montserrat's proposals. Well, we already know that. Witness, I think, told us himself. Is there anything else? When a man becomes complicated, he often withdraws. Witness is no different. He needed time with his thoughts. His sanctuary was his apartment. It became rare to see him. I have wondered what he's been doing up there. Is this privacy more than usual? We would almost never see him. He would only leave his apartment to attend syndicate meetings, and only then it was to scream religious proclamations. He would only scream religious proclamations at us. That was one of the reasons I went to see him last night. I was worried. I needed to know he was fine at the final end of the island. Thank you for your candor, Architect. May the Silent Goat walk with you. And may you reach the moon. Okay, I'm glad I didn't, cut ties with her, so. A conspiracy crafted from the fabric of the island. Did Carmelina's hidden killer commit the crime to end all crimes? Maybe. Okay. Just making sure there's no one. Oh, yeah. Actually, I haven't seen Yuri in a while, so I think that's probably our next stop. Also, I feel like I've ran into, a billion foot baths. Hang on. I feel like I've ran into a billion foot baths, but, now that I know that, I need to purchase them, I can't find them anymore. So I forget where they all are. That's the only one I can remember was that one. Because who knows, maybe I'll get, triple jump or I'll get faster walk speed or something. I don't know. I'll get the zoomies. Alright. Yuri, oh, wait. Did I never buy from this? Oh, I did buy from this. Okay. Yeah, Yuri, I got a lot of, deets on you, but I'm sure you're gonna play it off as, I couldn't have done that! What are you blabbling on about, freak? I've scanned your phone. You can have it back now. Believe me now, freak? My job isn't to believe. I need proof. And now you have proof. There's a 10-minute period when your phone went dark. Your alibi has a hole. Lydia told me she lost contact with you last night during this 10-minute window. She tried to contact you while she was waiting at the Paradise Gates just before the murder. And... maybe your phone was off? Why would my phone be off while I'm directing the fairy woman? Do you even think, freak? The reality folding drive might have disrupted the communications. the end of the island, the folding drive does a final burst of power. Both islands... Final burst to power both islands during the transition. The radiation sometimes causes localized areas of communication and electrical interference. That seems convenient. What do you want me to say? Were you outside the council penthouse last night, Yuri? Of course I wasn't, freak! I found pink petals, which I suspect are from your hat outside the penthouse. I doubt that. So, for the record, this is a complete denial? Yes, freak, it is. It won't stand up in court anyway. We'll see. I heard you're missing a ring, Yuri. Of what interest is that to you? Is it this one? Give me that. It's impolite to snatch. Want to tell me what it's doing in the fist of K-Hex's dead body? I have no idea. He made it for me and I lost it. Someone probably found it and gave it to him, recognizing his work. Probably. Anything else you want to tell me? I don't know anything else, freak. Why did you shut down the boat trips early, Yuri? What business is that of yours? Just answer the question. It was part of shutting down the island, ready for the end. But why? It never normally happens and none of the other systems were shut down prematurely. Don't question how I do my job, freak. I had some security worries and I shut it down. Did it have anything to do with a dead body at the bottom of a cliff? What dead body? I have no idea what you're talking about, but surely this is the jurisdiction of marshals. You're supposed to be investigating the council murder. It might be linked. Did you have anything to do with it? Definitely not, freak. A lot of bad coincidences then. Must be. Yuri, let's rap for a second. Rap? You put the key in the nightmare computer connected to the obelisks on the beach and activated them. What are you talking about? You did. I've got the logs. Don't worry. Someone else accessed them, but they were more intelligent than you and used a wireless access device. More intelligent? The insects on this island can barely tie their shoelaces, let alone figure out the symbols on the obelisks in space. Holy shit, dude, he looks like he's about to shit his pants. Thanks, Yuri. For what? You just told me about the symbols on... Oh, my laundry's done. You just told me about the symbols on the obelisks, which I didn't ask about, and you only know about it if you use them. Where did you get the key from the access to the obelisks? I have no idea what you're talking about, freak. Ah, so he threw himself under the bus too. So we know he truly did access that shit. Aw, don't hold out on me, Yuri. I know you know the secret of the second holy seal. I have nothing else to say. Have you ever visited the library vaults? From time to time. For work or personal use? What does it matter? I'm chasing some leads. The vault contains forbidden texts about demonology. A demon is purported to have possessed a citizen and murdered the council. It also contains other books. I'm the architect's secretary. She occasionally requires records and texts for her work. So you didn't take books on demonology? Do the words demonology and architecture sound the same to you, freak? Got time to chat, Yuri? What now? You seem to be ambitious. Is that a statement or a question? Why are you like this? Like what? Don't be arrogant, Yuri. You know what. I just want people to use language correctly when addressing their betters. Fuck. Because I might not get information from him if I don't, be nice to him. I apologize. I wasn't thinking. See that you do in the future. I am now secretary to the leader of the syndicate. You have advanced well. I have. Having ambition pays off. You should always rise to the top. Precisely. Without ambition, you have nothing and never become better than them. Them? Those around you that are content to while away with their lives. What about people that find happiness in contributing rather than ruling? They have a purpose. From a certain We're done here. Goodbye, freak. Goodbye, Yuri. May you see through a million eyes, and may you reach the moon. Pussy fart. Oh, see now I have even... Dude, I just questioned him on one thing, and now I have shit back over there with Doom Jazz and Carmelina. Ooh, Grace Bloodlines does have stuff now. But I want to go to Crimson, because it's been a while for Crimson as well. And now that we know of K-Hex's death, yes, we definitely need to question her on that. Because maybe she didn't do the killing. Like, maybe she actually liked him too or something. I don't know what's the quickest way there. So maybe she'll reveal that, like, yeah, I kind of, like, did like him, so I really had nothing to do with killing him. I would never do that. I mean, oh, this is the council. I'm convinced that, can I not jump over this? I feel like this is, like, a stupid way of going about this, but, I lost my train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh, like, I think I was gonna bring up, like, we can probably almost... It seems more that Yuri was the one that killed K-Hex, especially because he shut down the boats, and K-Hex had his ring, who he'd been, like, furious about. Plus, he also had beef with K-Hex. So, I wouldn't put it past him. But then again, they did also mention that K-Hex was, like, he was obviously cracked over the head before he was tossed off the cliff. Which normally, you know, getting cracked in the back of the head is mostly due to surprise attacks. So, in my case, if I know someone and they clearly have beef with me, like, I'm gonna keep my guard up when talking to them. Like, even if it's just a normal chat, even if there's witnesses, there's people around, like, I'm not gonna trust that person. Oh, there's a foot bath. I'm not going to trust that person, like, being, like, within, you know, grabbing distance of that person. But for someone who I fantasize about, like, I'm probably going to let my guard down because it's like, oh, I like this person. I feel like I can trust them. So it's more likely than not that, like, Crimson would have the advantage of being able to probably crack him on the head rather than Yuri. If you ask me, but... I never bought this one? Huh. Interesting. Oh, water obtained. Water. Plain water. Stay hydrated. Take a nice big gulp of cold water. Enjoy a few minutes of doing nothing but drinking water once an hour. What is wrong with you people? Just drink water. Yo, so crazy revelation that, like, my friend made. Well, I guess it's not like a crazy revelation because apparently it's supposed to be, like, known knowledge. You're supposedly supposed to drink, what, like 64 fluid ounces of freaking, like, or ounces, not fluid ounces, like ounces of water, like, a day. Like, that's, like, normal hydration levels, which would be, like, 12, it'd be like a jug of water. Which I think is crazy to me because, like, the most water I drink is maybe, like, a glass or two, like, a day. That's probably the most water, like, I ever drink. Or at least the average amount of water. I definitely don't drink more than 2. Like, cups. So, like, you mean to tell me, like, I've been underhydrated my whole life? I just, like, it's weird, like, I don't know, it's weird to me. Like, it's hard to, like, believe things anymore because it's, like, I feel like I've been living my life incorrectly my whole life, you know? It's just weird to me. I mean, like, you quite literally, like, the normal amount of, like, water you're supposed to take in is practically, like, the size of a jug. Like, a huge jug of water. That's why you see most people when, like, they're drinking water, like, they carry, like, the freaking empty, like, milk gallons of, like, jugs of water. Because it's, like, that's apparently, like, the normal amount of water you're supposed to drink per day. It's like, what? Who's right? What doctor is saying, like, you need to drink this much water to live your life healthily? It's just crazy to me. Like, I don't know a single person, unless it's, like, there's someone who is very active and, like, exercises a lot and needs to stay hydrated to drink that much water daily. That's insane. And that's supposed to just be the normal intake? Like, what? I don't know. An oasis in this tropical heat. Of course. The water in paradise is good. I feel like I've got a little pep into my step now. Feels like if I was in the air, I could just dash around. Air dash unlocked. Please use the sprint button while in the air to perform an air dash. These islands are weird. So wait, we have freaking air dash now? That's crazy! Excuse me? Okay, that's cooler than just like movement speed. Yo, that's insane. That's dope as shit. Alright, I don't want to get sidetracked, so. How do we get in again? Time to see the hoochie herself again. Alright, what do you know about K-Hex, woman? Oh, I just realized I could probably still purchase Starlight upgrades from her. I don't know if I should outright accuse her, though. I found a tuft of your hair in K-Hex's workshop. And? That puts you at the scene of a disappearance. Come on, lady. I know that doesn't prove any. You know that doesn't prove anything. Did you experience a comms blackout last night from the reality folding drive burst? Not down here. Those are very rare, lady. If he's using that as an alibi, you need to be skeptical. Do you know anything about the Third Holy Seal? I know that it will cost you. Nice doing business with you. It's a bloodlock. How do you know that? I have my ways. Someone let it slip. Who? Aiz Kiwami. What made him tell you? That will always be my secret. Who else knows? Who can say? May the gods carry him through the cosmos, but he was easy to manipulate. He had a weakness for women and easily gave into cosmic fear. Who knows who talks and who knows who talks to who on this island? Who knows what secret meetings happen in quiet rooms? Who knows what gets said when someone has the fear of the gods put into them? Well, that narrows it down. Do you know anything about the council, how the council entered the penthouse? If I knew the secrets of the seals, we wouldn't be in this dance. I don't mean the seals. I mean, how do they go in and out? Do they go in and out frequently? Are they in there every day? The penthouse is reserved for special business. It takes a lot to get the council in there. Big building is to be hardly ever used. Montserrat loves his concrete. He wanted something large and imposing, something to reach into the heavens without the audacity of Babylon. Why not build it in the mountain if he wants to reach the heavens? The mountain is reserved for the holy grounds. The temple is carved into it. You don't argue with the high priestess. Anyway, Montserrat decided that the council would only enter the penthouse together. His paranoia was growing unabated. Did you know he always carried a gun? The old Montserrat never used to do that. So it would be weird if I have evidence of a council member entering by themselves 2 days before the murder. If a council member did, they'd be going directly against our leader. Risky move. None of us are privy to everything that happens in the council, so I can't say for sure. I haven't heard anything about council members disobeying him, though. If that's the evidence you've got, something is definitely suspicious. Got any product that relates to Henry's father? Digging in the past, lady? Is there truth in the mists of time? An investigator investigates. The Third Holy Seal is a bloodlock that requires council blood. I need to know where Henry got that blood from. Henry's father is an odd one, isn't it? The sneaky control of this island. The citizens monitor the cattle. This slipped through this time, though. I've been trying to find the answer myself. I don't like unknowns. I haven't got much, but I do have something to sell. Nice doing business with you. I've got records of some private financial transactions between Rena Division and Aiz Kiwami. What kind of transactions? Aiz was giving her money. Henry was born 27 years ago, right? These transactions date back 27 years and 5 months ago. And I thought you were an investigator. Why would a powerful council member be giving personal money in secretive transactions to a female citizen 5 months before her only child was born? Oh, we already knew that though, so this is not new information though. Who could modify birth records on the island? What kind of modification? Redactions. Scrub the identifiers. Doomjazz is the one that fills in and signs off on birth records. If it was Dawn at that time, it would have been him. Have you got redacted records? Jealous. Curious how you have them and I don't. I poked around in an apartment. Don't be coy. If you want help, tell me more. Eyes Kiwami. Well, there's a link. Him and Doomjazz are tighter than tight. His eyes put his dick where he shouldn't have and needed to hide in Doomjazz. If Eyes put his dick where he shouldn't have, he needed to hide it Doomjazz. Needed to hide it. Doomjazz could have... See, I feel like there needs to be like some kind of separation. All of these are just... They feel like run-on sentences that I just keep like reading as a normal sentence. If Eyes put his dick where he shouldn't have and needed to hide it, Doomjazz could have helped. Is there any way I can prove who tampered with the records? Not likely. Why did Eyes take his own life? I see your train of thought. We don't know. He jumped from the roof of the HQ. Foul play? No. There were witnesses. Surely you have some suspicions. I think he made some mistakes and realized how much trouble he was going to be in. I think he let too many secrets slip and admitted too many people. There are too many indiscretions you can hide. And if you want some free evidence, don't talk to Doomjazz about this. He owed Eyes his life and won't appreciate you prying. Oh, well, fuck, that's too late. I have a job to do. I know, it's just advice. Well, yeah, no wonder why he hates me now. I shouldn't have done that. All right, well, whatever. It is what it is. That's the path I took, so. And I'm sure you're probably not going to appreciate me prying on K-Hex, but I'm probably still going to, like, blunt accuse you, because where else am I going to get if not accusing someone of something? Crimson, got any track on demons on the island? You mean Shinji? Let's start with Shinji. He's a little asshole, but he's harmless. You've met him? Why hasn't he been captured? He's weak. He has to choose when and where to physically manifest himself, so he avoided capture. You've not reported him? He's helped me with a few things. He's seen things I haven't. The island's going to end. He's too weak to do anything, so what's the harm? Could he have killed the council? No way. He has his limits. He can barely hold physical objects. His weakened astral body conflicts with our reality. What about other demons? On the island? I assume the marshals got them all after the Henry incident. So you're not aware of any other demons on the island that might have got into the council penthouse last night and redecorated it in a nice shade of viscera. What do you know about secret demonology labs? You mean the one in the dead zone, coded to witnesses and Carmelina's blood vials? Good work, lady. I've been in, but I don't know how it was kept a secret. I think it was an old panic room Carmelina designed into the island. I've never been in there, but I realized Witness was up to something a while back. He managed to keep it secret from everyone else, but I have ways of finding things out. Why did he start down this dark path? Witness wants to understand why Paradise fails. The fail point is demonic corruption. It rots the islands and causes the end of Paradise. I need to find out more. Do you know anything about One Last Kiss? Is that her name? She's good at hiding herself, but I have seen her. Do you know who she is? I figured some kind of spirit. I don't know who she was in her former life, though. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Ah, that makes sense. I've got something good. Are you buying? Ooh, nice crystals. Do you think it's strange that Carmelina went to the exorcism? Seems like a dangerous situation for the architect. Very. There was a reason, though. Some syndicate members use encryption in messages to each other. There's a lot of politics and scheming on the islands, after all. I monitor the communications that I can. The network traffic is mostly boring, but sometimes someone forgets to encrypt something. While Carmelina was heading to Henry's apartment with Grace, she messaged Aikiko and told her to step out of the room while Grace was doing the exorcism. Her so-called lapse in procedure was planned? Sure was, lady. Sounds like a plot to me. Oh, so it wasn't Aikiko, it was Carmelina that strangled her. My work is never done. Have you got a copy of this message? Uh-huh. They realized the mistake and scrubbed their phones afterwards, so don't expect to be able to confirm this with their phones. Ha ha ha! Besides, it was 10 years ago. Everyone got a Masahiro upgrade since then. What do you know about the Fourth Holy Seal? It's an open secret that requires some kind of godliness to get through. An open secret? Word got out a while back. From who? Not sure. It just kind of bubbled up. Someone probably got loose-lipped after a drink. So everyone in the syndicate would know how to breach it. Not the specifics, but if anyone says they don't know anything about it, they're lying. Trying to cover their asses, now you're here. Time to uncover some asses. Go get 'em, Tiger. Alright, unfortunately, I don't know if this is going to make you hate me, but I gotta probe this because I need more information. We need to talk, Acid. You never called me Acid. Why is K-Hex accusing you of stealing a key to the second Holy Seal? Shit. This makes you the prime suspect. Spill it. I promise I didn't kill the council. I need you to know that. Get on with it. The Holy Seals are the holy grails of secret hunters. They're so locked down and under wraps. I was losing sleep each night thinking about them. I knew K-Hex designed the second seal, so I started talking to him. I also knew that he was obsessed with me. Obsessed? More than I expected. I thought he was just horny for me, but he had got it into his head that if we achieved perfection on the next island, he'd ascend to heaven. His diary called you his queen in the astral heaven. Good snooping, lady. Since I'm blessed by the gods, he converted me as a trophy queen. The guy was out of his mind. You keep using the past tense. I'm not stupid. If the council got on the bad side of the killer and the person who designed part of their security is missing, he's either dead or might be as well. Did you do it? Please. Even if he was going to squeal on Montserrat, I talked him down. I strung him along in a relationship. I could persuade him to do almost anything, except give you the secret to the second Holy Seal. There was a data key he guarded. I took it and made a copy. How did you copy it? You ask a lot of questions. Someone in Masahiro Heavy Industries owed me a favor. That favor was an hour in one of their high-end computer labs. It turned out to be a heavily encrypted digital key on a flash drive. I put the key back in his workshop, apologized profusely, and did something to take his mind off of it. Did you use the key? No. I know where it is. I know where and how, though. The obelisks on the beach. The key works on them. And that's the second seal secret? No. There's more, but I don't know what. Why didn't you use the key? Bad vibes, lady. I could feel it in the air. Things were happening on the island. This still makes you a suspect, Crimson. I know. Interesting. Well, the thing is, she's being very real with me, though. That's what intrigues me. Like, if she truly is like the mastermind of this, she's a really good actor. Let me tell you. That, like, cause she's being real with me, you know? Like, you do realize that, like, you doing all this, like, makes you a suspect and could have, like, murdered the council. And she's like, yeah, I know. But it's like, I'm gonna tell you anyway, if you pay the right price or whatever. So it's like that. I don't know. It's interesting. It seems like, again, she holds, like, her business or her, like, moral standards over, like, if you know, anything else, I guess. Which, it's still, like I said, I don't want to believe her. I don't think she did anything bad. But I think that's what, like, makes the perfect criminal, is, like, someone you least suspect. And it's like, because she's being real with me, I don't know. Got a time for a chat, Crimson? Tell me about your blessing. The 19th island incident? It was a weird island from the beginning. Strange feeling in the air. like it was a powder keg waiting to go. About 2 centuries into the demonic invasion happened. Think it was a setup? You mean by the Syndicate? A conspiracy? I don't think so. We discovered an Eden cult in the apartments. They convinced themselves a passing comet was a god. They were amateurs but managed to reach out into space. The demons flooded in. Why was the invasion so bad? Akiko and the marshals hit the cult hard. Real shock and awe response. The apartments were demolished before the corruption set in. We thought we'd got them, but the cult had a trick. They were a possessed cult member chained up in the sewers. The marshals missed them in their sweep, high on successfully wiping out the apartments. The guy in the sewers let the demons slowly seep into the island. The foundations of the island became rotten. Then the demons attacked. Swarms of them came from underground. Everyone took up arms. So you fought the fight and got blessed? Not just a pretty face, lady. Akiko and her marshals were pinned down at the temple. I held the line at the council building. Akiko's never forgiven me. She was convinced the demon general would go for the temple. I believed otherwise. After the battle, the gods blessed me and I got this new head. Story time's over, lady. Be glad I didn't charge you for this. Go save paradise instead of hanging around in the sewer. I'll be back for another story. I feel like I want to buy more upgrades. Oh, shit. Okay, well, I'm glad Crimson doesn't, like, hate me for kind of, like, probing on her stuff. Is she a baddie? Alright, so I guess I kind of purchased everything I probably needed to with Crimson. If anything, it'll just be, probably accusing her of stuff now, if I pretty much talk to her again. If I happen to find that she is, evil, 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 evil. Should we go? Let's go back to Lydia. What do you know about the murder of Grace Bloodlines? Not a thing, LD. Alright, that's great. Well, at least I can hang out with you. Not a thing, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's go for a drive, LD. How are things with you and Sam? Same as ever was. That's a good thing, by the way. We're happy together. Glad to hear it. You two always were a perfect couple. Why do you ask? Not many people experience a relationship with the burden of immortality. You have to be thoughtful and considerate. The most important thing is being relaxed. Eternity is a long time. Statistically, you're both going to make mistakes and hurt each other. That can't be helped. On the other hand, you have forever to patch it up and make it right. What about you? You looking to get back into the dating game? It's hard when the dating pool is so small. Do Doom Jazz and do a Doom Jazz and get some citizen hookups going on. Fresh crop on the next island. Speaking of which, you could always swing by DJ's yacht again. Well, he probably hates me now because I just freaking... Yeah, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. This a fresh start? Just feels weird. Everyone lived a life, but I've been trapped in the moment. A lot to think about. I get you, LD. You'll get there. Solve this thing and start a new paradise. This has been fun. I'll drop you at the beach. Sure. LD, I have something I think we should discuss. Do you have something you want to tell the investigator? We're tight, right, LD? I could tell you something, right? Everything is on the record, but I'll use some discretion. Me and Sammy didn't kill the council, but we aren't happy. We want out. The council wouldn't let us leave, though. What do you mean? Me and Sammy are done with this life. These small islands, immortality, waking the gods. I want to travel the world, the real world. Sammy wants to make whiskey with any ingredient, not just the dead nebula, what dead nebula grows. But Montserrat and the council said no. Once you're in the syndicate, you're in the syndicate. I'm telling you because other people know they'll spread the secret. But killing them wouldn't help us. The next leader wouldn't let us get out either. Still, sounds like a motive, Lydia. Interesting. Alright, there's nothing else. May your specter gaze upon the star, and may you reach the moon. So she willingly admits that you know, they're unhappy and that giving away a potential, like, motive for killing the council. Oh, wait, I just realized I missed that Shinji. Now that I got that dash, watch this shit. Oh, fuck. Don't watch that shit. I lied. Now watch this shit. Yeah! Can I ask you a personal question? It's been a while since I felt this particular kind of stomach-churning dread. Where did you take that dump in the idle... Where did you take a dump in the idle lands? I didn't see a toilet up there. You don't need to. It's a special, wonderful kind of punishment. You get to put in a kind of suspended animation where certain bodily functions aren't needed, but you're still fully conscious. So you are forced to have an eternal solitude without ever having the luxury of a good bathroom break. Man, I hate the Syndicate. So wait, like, you're forced to, like, feel the need to shit, but you never, like, actually shit? Dude, that's awful. Man, that really must... Okay, never mind. That must have been torture up there. God damn. That's awful, dude. Made to wipe, forced to shit. Or forced to shit. Or no, it's made to shit, forced to wipe. Why is there... What is the purpose of this? Why is this back here? Oh, I didn't buy this one. Beautiful blossom starlight. When the trees blossom, citizens gather to give praise by letting blood directly into the tree to fertilize it. I don't think that's how trees grow, but I'm not a herbologist or whatever the fuck tree people are called.